Good day, folks. It's DIY Guy 123 here. Today we're going to be installing a Tekonsha trailer light power module. So it's sensor technology. You don't actually have to cut into any of your existing wires in your vehicle harness. Some vehicles are very sensitive to that, apparently. Gone are the days when you can just tap into the brake light and the signal light and so on. So anyway, the kit comes with a with this long wire harness, or basically for plugging into the trailer, so that can just hang out the trunk. This is a GLK 250, and it's a diesel one. I don't know if that matters, but basically I got to take a whole pile of trim stuff out of this vehicle. There's a trim piece here that used a T30 bit to remove that little bolt right there and this brackety thing. And once that came out of in here, then you could remove this piece of trim. Be careful, it's got some snaps, just kind of work your way along, pop it out. And then there are all kinds of access panels all over the place. There's one here, there's one there. You turn a little knob and pull that out and get that out of there. Roll the carpet up, I think. I don't remember even what was covering this. There's the jack and tow kit and stuff. There's a panel there that had to come out, and then this big panel right here on the driver's side had to come out, and then there was a compressed air canister or something. I guess that's what that is, so like a one-time fill-up or something. Anyway, that was in the on the driver's side in the back, just in here. So unfortunately the kit doesn't show you or doesn't tell you what wiring colors are for the MLK 250, and I looked all over the internet, couldn't find it. I saw a GLK 350 installation, but of course the wire harness was different than this 250, so I had to figure it out. So first things first, here's the actual module, whole rat's nest of wires that comes out of it. The white wire comes with the ring terminal on it. You can see it's right there. Besides, a 3/32 drill, and drilled just into this location. So there's wire harness, and I drilled just to the side of it, and I checked behind it to make sure there was nothing there, and there's not. So just obviously you wouldn't want to drill out in your body and drill out there or anything. So just find a good convenient spot. That's where I used, and then use the self-tapping metal screw that came with the kit and screw that in. That's your common. Done. The power is a little bit more tricky. So the power is the black wire that comes out of the module, and I've got it crimped onto a red wire. The wire from the module was 12 gauge, so I carried that on along. Now, of course, I have a black connected to a red. They're both hot colors in this case, and I routed the red underneath that business right there, along here, between the carpet. Just follow my beam with the flashlight, and you can see a little peeking of the red right down in there. Basically the red is here, and I had another wire that I used to fish this way. Actually no, I fished this way, and then drew it all through. So it goes through there underneath this plasticky thing, and now it pops out right here. So I crimped on to that wire, and I have one of these fuse tap things. Now this did not come with the kit. The kit said that it came with the fuse harness, like a fuse block, but it wasn't in the kit when I received it. It had been opened by the guy that my buddy that I'm installing this for, so I don't know whether it fell out or what, but anyway, it wasn't there. And you may be wondering why there's a 30 amp fuse there. That's the fuse that came out of position, I forget, 41 or whatever. It's you can see there's an orange fuse, a 5 ampere, and then to the left there's a green one that's a 30. I'm looking down here now, and then to the left of that there's an empty slot. That's where a 30 was. So I took it out of there, plugged it into my little fuse adapter doodad razzmatazz thing, and now when I plug this back in, that 30 fuse, it'll be like electrically like it was always there. And because I have this fuse tap, I can put my new fuse for this brake module, which is a 15 ampere, in here and plug the whole thing, and now it'll all be powered. So I'm just going to hold off doing that until I explain the rest, because that's the last thing you do is plug the power into that. One annoying thing here is this little piggyback fuse thing. I had to break off the surrounding plastic for the 30 amp fuse, the original location for the 30 amp fuse, in order for this to fit in place. Fits in fine. I didn't damage anything electrical or anything like that, but it just wouldn't fit in unless you broke some of that off. So anyway, that's what I did. You may find you have to do that, or depending on your fuse holder, you don't have to do that. So with your vehicle, you need to figure out whether you have a 2-wire system, 3-wire system, brake tail multiplex wiring, brake tail turn multiplex wiring. There's a whole bunch of alphabet soup there, but basically what it means is some vehicles have the brake light and the turn signal as the common filament in a bulb, or these are all LEDs, so the common light. And that's called a 2-wire system. When that's the case, you connect the yellow sensor of this brake controller to the left turn signal / brake light. Well, I probed these all out and I found that the pink one was that left signal / brake light. So I put my yellow sensor on there. Now notice the arrow, it's facing the light bulb. It has to face the light bulb. And I don't quite understand, there's something that says in the manual about if it doesn't work, flip it over and face it away from the light bulb. I don't know. Anyway, I'll try it and see what happens. And then the next one, the brown tail sensor, needs to be on this, it's like a gray with a black tracer, or maybe like mauve, or like some kind of other precise color description that I don't know. Okay, so then after those are hooked up, and they're not like, basically I opened the little lid and put the wire in and snap the lid. I've got to do more, you know, securing. They want you to wrap these foamy things around it so that they stay in the little tracks. So anyway, I'll do that after I test it to make sure everything's good. And then on the passenger side, you need to find the passenger side turn / brake light, and that's the blue wire. So I've run my, which sensor is this? This says right turn. It's got a green label on it, onto the blue wire on the passenger side. Now, to route that passenger side wire, you can do it a messy or a nice way. I'll show you. I experimented a few different ways. This module is going to have to go inside of there, and you've got all this plastic housing stuff right here. So what I did was I took a screwdriver, flat screwdriver, and chipped out this chunk of styrofoam right here from this location right here. So I poked through. So you see this, see the screwdriver going through the other side? Well, when I did that, I was able to bring the sensor through here and then underneath that plastic, and then I had this piece of trim off. I actually looped it around the original wire harness just so that it would support this loose floppy wire, and looped it around right here as well, and then routed it underneath this plastic, and there it is. So it says after you get everything wired up, start the vehicle and initiate ZCI learn mode by inserting the 15 amp fuse into the fuse holder. Activate each function separately for approximately 5 seconds. Tail, brake, right turn, left turn. Test and verify installation with a test light or trailer. Hand ZCI reference card to the vehicle owner. Okay, so one thing it says here, start the vehicle and turn all functions off. Tail light or headlights, brake and turn signal. You can't turn the tail lights off in this thing, like the running lights. I don't think. Maybe now that it's daytime they don't come on. Maybe that's the case. But I had it up in my garage and you couldn't shut them off. Okay, I just started this thing, and I gotta put the fuse in before it'll do that, before it'll learn anything. All right, so not gonna be able to show you, but you see there's just a green fuse there. In a minute there's gonna be the blue 15 amp right beside it. 15 right beside it. All right, let's repeat this. Running lights. 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give it about 8. So that was running lights. Now I'll do brake light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now I'll do passenger side signal. Beep bop, beep bop, beep bop, beep 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 beep. That's probably annoying for you folks. Sorry about that. All right, that was passenger side signal. Driver side signal. Okay, that's all of them. So one thing I forgot to mention is all of the sensors are supposed to be wrapped with this. It's fuzzy on this side, and then you peel that backing and you reveal the adhesive. You wrap it around the sensor like that, and it just keeps the wire in line with the sensor, and also it probably separates the sensor and the wire from other wires. So I imagine the purpose of that is just to close it so the sensor doesn't get confused with neighboring wire signals from neighboring wires. So I will try to get this backing off. There we go. This peels off. And see how that pink wire doesn't stay? It does this, and it's really supposed to be in a groove right there. So we're gonna make sure it stays in its groove. So it's tucked in its groove. I'll put that little foamy stuff right over it, and there we go. So that's that. And now this is double-sided tape for the control module. Just stick that to the back of the control. Get out of there. Stick that to the back of the control module. So where can you stick this? You can't stick it to that. Might be able to stick it to that. Yeah, so we're gonna stick it right inside. And hold it there for a few seconds. All right. Now the only thing protruding from this craziness of wires, because remember, one of these sensors is not used in my situation. That one is used if you have separate wires for your stop and your turns. So the only wire that protrudes is this, which is perfect. And now I will, what'll I do? I'll put that torque bolt back in there and hold the trim back on and replace all these, and then the project will be done. Good luck with your